home, it haunts our dreams, bound by a thread that's unraveling at the seams. Echoes of laughter that seem so far drive us to fight under every star. Another world is calling, can't ignore the signs. Hope rides on us, it's a race with time. If we fail this battle, the line will bend, two worlds will fall, it's the ultimate end.
Hi everyone, welcome back to True Hero. Last episode, the party adventured forth from their quaint little sanctuary to this mountainside where they stealthily moved up, though feeling uneasy the entire time as there was no sign of anyone. However, when they got near the top, Rayne noticed that there was markings of a scuffle. And then they moved inward carefully. However, turning around a bend, they fell upon an unsettling scene of mutilation and destruction upon some of the minotaurs from the village that they met the chief of. And when they got close to one of the minotaurs hanging, he was still alive, and then that's when they noticed, while they were all very close, that his stomach was filled with spike bombs, piercing bombs. And that's where we're gonna pick up. Party. I need you all to make agility competence test, difficulty value, because it's a surprise, 11.
All right, let's see here. Agility, that is
The diamond.
the diamond. Okay. Is this one of those we have to just pull it and show it?
Yep, pull it and show it.
It's not a diamond, but
Okay, we got a success and a success.
It's a diamond.
That means it's 4.
Plus one.
Not
five.
a
Plus one,
diamond,
5.
but it's a king.
But it's success. So all of you guys will take half of this damage instead of full
Really?
damage. Except for Ruben, he'll be taking full.
Dang it.
So what? Each one of you will take. Actually, you know what? No. The three of you don't take any damage. You get away in time. However,
Hold on. Can I do something because I got an ace? Can I take the damage for him? Basically, swap.
I'm gonna
our
say that
positions.
this is something that you have practiced because of being a bomb squad member. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
So please roleplay that situation. Kind of explain what it looks like.
So I'm gonna kind of assume that fuck Xander. What the hell is your character, Ruben?
Ruben.
I'm gonna assume that Ruben's kind of like, I don't know, glancing down at his phone, doesn't realize that the bombs are getting ready to go off.
Exactly.
And she looks over and is like, this motherfucker, and then just grabs his shoulder, rips him out of the way as she takes a step forward and turns her back to the bombs.
Very well. You will be taking 2 points of damage. So please move those. Also, those competence test cards, they also go into your fatigue pile.
Yes.
All right.
Plastic.
The corpse explodes, sending fragments of this bomb into every corner of the room and littering Rayne's back with the shrapnel of fragmented bone, quills, and pieces of this minotaur. As the rest of the room is filled and coated in a fresh new layer of paint that smells spit irony.
Jesus Christ.
I've been in rooms that smelled like this before.
Funnily enough, I have too. Yoshi's gonna get up and he's gonna check on Rayne.
Yeah, I'm gonna look to Rayne as well. Thank you. I mean, why'd you step in the way?
Above table, the way I want to see Rayne just go full DI on Ruben right now.
She was Navy, not Marine.
Still.
No, Yoshi, you do see Rayne's, like, face muscles twitch underneath her scales. As she looks at Ruben, and she's like, I at least know how to deal with being hit by a bomb. You, pretty boy, look like you have not worked in your entire life.
Yeah, I worked at a convenience store, okay.
That's not work.
Hey man, I got robbed every 2 weeks.
Should have picked a different convenience store.
I mean, he paid the robber so he can get extra footage, but, you know.
Yoshi's gonna speak up and say, hey, sex work is valid. While, like, they're completely just surrounded by blood and gore.
Fucking
A
wall.
piece of organ just drops from the ceiling. Like,
I think this would be a snuff film.
No, I'm talking about Ruben. You said he's never worked a day in his life. Sex work is valid.
Okay, you're not wrong there. Okay. It looks like he hasn't done any manual labor.
I would argue against that.
He's like shaking his head.
Tsukiyomi's up there like looking up. I would definitely argue against the whole manual labor thing. I've seen some shit.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead.
As edifying as this conversation is, I would like to point out that a Minotaur did just fucking explode, and they obviously know we're coming.
I'm trying to ignore the fact that whatever wounds are on my back are most likely going to get infected, because I don't know how well half man, half cow mixes with dragon.
Surprisingly well.
That was fucking real. That was fucking real.
Anyways, you all kind of get a better look at the room. The torchlight that is in here almost was put out by the splattering of blood, but thankfully withstood the dampening wetness. And though the air is very moist, you all see that there are 3 tunnels leading into different directions. You have one leading to the northeast, one leading to the south, to the northwest, and one leading dead north. The tunnels going forward are darkened, with no torchlight to be found. Who here is Ruben? You were recently in school. Who here is what you would call a history buff as their character? 2 people? Well,
Ruben's not a buff, but he just has been in school, and he still is in school right now. Or
well,
was in
I was gonna say he's not there now.
Yeah, like very specific things.
What are those very specific things?
I've gotta word it carefully because we might get demonetized. History of, well, the one that won't probably get us demonetized is like Japanese history and culture and like samurai culture.
Watch that
like
actually be the thing that gets us demonetized.
And then the other one would be the history of a...
Is it the history of things that are seen on true crime?
That's actually another one, but no, it's a little more of like Irish history. Recent. His mother was in the IRA.
Oh, yeah, that's where my brain went. I just
Yeah.
didn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so that won't function here. Ruben, Rayne, you may, I'm gonna state may, because this burns some of your cards, may make a intelligence competence test with a difficulty value, because you're both, one's a buff, one's from school, with a difficulty value of 8.
Okay,
You may, if you so wish.
I'll do it.
I've taken a little bit of damage.
6.
All right,
But
I'll
I
do
can't remember what spades is.
Spades is so.
Or not spades.
Clubs is toughness.
Okay.
Spades, so you would still add your intelligence modifier to this.
It's still just a 6.
It's a 6.
I got a 7.
Plus what?
It's a 7. It's a 6 plus 1.
Something about this situation, this room, the way that the stone looks, the way that the directions of the entrances are facing, and the 3 options is feeling familiar to you. You're not sure why, but it feels familiar. Something about this. It's itching your brain. You just can't quite figure out why.
Is this specifically about an enemy?
No, but I guess
sorry.
yes.
I'm asking about a feature that I have. My feature specifically targets an enemy, but in an encounter, I can ask the Dex for information about enemies' abilities, enemies' native abilities,
Okay,
and
so
combat techniques. Outside of an encounter, I can do it twice a day. Could I try to do use this on this and like use the feature?
so it does have something to do with the creature, but you're not. Yeah. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what does that feature do once again? Please tell me.
It just tells me information about an enemy's abilities, innate abilities, and combat techniques.
Okay. So, I'm gonna give you a few things of the actual creature, and then I will give you something that's actually to this situation. Let me get to the creature real quick. I gotta scroll through the PDF. Here we go.
Oh my god. Celine, I need you to get a pigly.
Oh yeah, the
Pygmy?
fucking piglies are so goddamn adorable.
You're so damn cute. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like above table
So-
that, but damn.
Oh, you're fine.
A minotaur.
I really want one of the. Oh, what are they called?
A minotaur's
Like
special
birds of-
ability, like I'm guessing, I want you to kind of flavor how you look this up, how you figure this out, so that I can roll off of it.
You know, I keep playing into the whole phone thing with Ruben, but it's kind of his whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he has a Pokédex and he's kind of collecting traits and abilities from things that he meets in this world.
Just playing
Just kinda, like,
Pokemon Go's
snaps
been
some
fucking
photos.
worked to work with the creatures here.
Yes. So I'm just like
Um,
snapping some photos and it's like giving me some information about.
Oh yeah, you snap a photo of a pile of mutilated minotaurs. It takes a moment. It's struggling to figure out what the fuck this creature is when it has, as many body parts squished into a pile as possible. It looks like something out of Full Metal Alchemist, a failed experiment of a certain doctor.
No!
But
We don't mention that, doctor.
one thing that it comes up with is Minotaur are humanoid. They can stand anywhere between 9 to 12 feet tall. They are very strong creatures. They would have a toughness ranking of +3. They are not known to be agile or intelligent creatures, but they make up for that in... I gotta fucking remember what this is. So from top to bottom, I wish they would label these. That's one thing. Label the monster sheets for me, please, with like what they are going from top to bottom. But let me look at this real quick to make sure that I'm saying this right. All right, scroll. Okay, so I was right. They're not very charismatic or agility, but they're highly intelligent and very tough. Being as intelligent as they are, which their intelligence would also rank pretty close to 3. They have a special ability. Actually, their intelligence is, I think, greater than that. Anyways, they have a no. Their toughness is the +3. Their intelligence.
I was gonna
+2.
say their intelligence is a -1. Their agility is a +2.
See,
Diamonds is agility. Spades is intelligence.
no, I know, but I was looking at the fucking very top thing that was explaining like what order those things are in, because they don't.
I'm looking at the
I'm looking at
Minotaur
the-
humanoid sheet in the book, and it goes
Yeah.
-1, -2, +3, +2, and it's intelligence, charisma, toughness, agility is how those are.
See, on right now with the book, as I scroll up, that's how it is on the character sheets. But because theirs goes down, it's a little different. Like it feels like I just go based off like when it explains is like charisma is the top one, agility is the second one, intelligence is the third one, toughness is the fourth one. But I don't
But
think
the
that
symbols are wrong. Like,
are there symbols on the freaking monster sheets?
yes,
Where?
race abilities right next to
Oh.
the picture.
I mean, yeah, so I'm looking at the race abilities and I'm not saying, oh, I see. I'm blind, you guys. Remember that. I didn't
Yeah,
say that there was an
they're-
actual, like, very faint highlight behind the numbers.
Yes, there is. It is.
It is incredibly hard to
faint.
see. I have to scroll in. Okay, so I was correct. They're not very intelligent, not very charismatic, but they're very agile and very strong. But they make up for their lack of intelligence with their cunning. They may not be intelligent, but they are very good at using their surroundings. They have a special ability called Labyrinth Fury. When the creature takes damage, it gains +1 to basic damage of its CT, cumulative, up to a maximum of +3. When it attacks, it removes all these bonuses. So the more damage it's dealt, the stronger it becomes. But the fact of its word, that of its special ability, is what triggers your memory. The Greek story of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth. And then you remember 3 gateways, 3 different entrances pointing northeast, northwest, and north is the starting point of the labyrinth in that story. And you find yourself realizing that you are indeed in the labyrinth of the Greek story, now dealing with a Minotaur.
Shoot. If only I had like a picture perfect memory, I could just like lead us through the maze.
If only you had a picture perfect memory.
No, Ruben.
However, the actual story of the labyrinth, it might give you helping hands and or hints in this situation, players.
Okay.
So
Has Ruben relayed the fact that
Yeah.
he's figured out we're in the Minotaur's labyrinth?
Guys,
'Cause I almost know that
yeah.
myth off the top of my head.
I think this is related to you know, the Greek labyrinth, the Minotaur's labyrinth.
Yeah.
These
Um.
depictions remind me of that. I think this might be the same maze or similar.
Let me see. see.
But then I also pull out my Pokédex, or my my Monsterpedia, and I show Yoshi and you guys the info on the Minotaurs.
That's the myth. That's the myth about Minos' son, because that's who the Minotaur was. Well, he wasn't technically Minos' son. What happened was Poseidon gave Minos a massive white bowl as a gift, and it was meant to be sacrificed, but Minos decided not to sacrifice it. So instead, Poseidon made Minos' wife fall in love with it. And the Minotaur came from that particular union. However, the labyrinth was a creation by Daedalus. It was created by Daedalus for Minos as a prison for the Minotaur. Let's see. One of Minos' sons was killed by the Athenians. Minos then demanded that Athenian youths and maidens should be sent into the labyrinth every year. It was then killed by Theseus with the help of Ariadne. She gave him the string to get himself in and out of the labyrinth.
So we need to find the string.
Well, the problem is that string was, in the myths, enchanted. It was magical string that would guide his way.
I mean, I could try blessing some string, but I don't know if that would be strong enough.
I'm curious, are there any hoof prints on the ground going down any of the paths?
So, there's no dirt on the ground.
Oh.
It's not.
But there's
it
also a lot
doesn't
of blood.
There's a lot of blood, but no, there doesn't seem to be any hoof prints.
Let's see, so in the myth, Theseus tied the string to the entrance and unwound it as he went through the labyrinth. Granted, as this is mythology, I doubt the string was actually magical. It was probably just fucking thread. So, I mean, do we have any rope? String, rope, something long and thin that we could tie to something in here? Use?
I mean, not that much. I have one coil.
I got nothing. I got my bombs.
How long is one coil again?
Probably between 20 and 50 feet.
Of rope? Wish I would have had my other sheets that had the stuff to it.
Yoshi just kind of shrugs. He's like, "This is all way over my head."
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I'm still not privy to the details. I learned about these imageries at school.
He paid better attention than I did. And Rayne definitely paid better attention than I did.
I study this as a hobby.
Yoshi just kind of blinks at that and doesn't really respond.
What?
Do you want to hear the story of Eros and Psyche, or Narcissus and Echo?
I don't know. It just states that rope is a standard durable rope.
I'd say
used for
50 feet.
various fields.
I'll say
Okay.
50
Yeah,
feet.
typically 50 feet's the.
I'm just gonna call it D&D rules, 50 feet.
Okay.
50 feet of hempen string.
Would 50 feet be enough? Rayne?
Rayne just kind of gets this almost sardonic look on her face. It's like it's a labyrinth.
Yeah, I didn't think 50 feet would be enough either.
Goes down one corner, another corner, boom, labyrinth over. This is as far as my string goes, so this is as far as we're going. But you are trapped in here, if you remember. Behind you, the door, the cave entrance collapsed.
Unless anyone else has got some rope, 50 feet's all we've got.
I will say this to help out. Taking the riddle literally will guide you into a pit.
There was a riddle?
There's riddles in this entire thing. The fact that the story of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth will help you through this, that in its own fact is a puzzle / riddle. But taking it literally will lead you into a pit. Who knows if that pit's the right pit or not?
I'm not versed in this story myself.
I mean, none of the children that were sent in before Theseus was survived. They were all killed by the Minotaur. Theseus was the only one to ever come out of that labyrinth alive, and it was because he killed the Minotaur.
Give me a... What would you call a perception check? It's intelligence, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, give me, as you say that, Rayne, you may give me a intelligence competent test with difficulty value 5.
Okay.
Oh, and Ruben, because you did the whole Pokédex thing, you may as well.
That would be a spade and a queen, so that's doubled.
Hey, it's doubled, so 7.
Hey!
And then add 3 to whatever a fucking queen is.
You both look around as she says, none of the kids that went in survived. They were all killed by the Minotaur. You realize, as you're looking around, you saw the young ones at the Minotaur village. These aren't per se the youngest. They're not children. But the young adults and of age...
Well, okay.
Young ones is what you'll find surrounding you.
I may have said children, but they would be children in our day and age. They were probably roughly between the ages of 15 and 17.
You would gauge that these Minotaurs are between the ages of probably 18 and 22 in human years.
Which, for all we know, could be when they're in
these
their
are
adolescence.
These are very young Minotaurs. The only elder Minotaur was the one hanging that you can see in this room, or did see in this room.
There's not much of him left, is there?
No.
I want to check where he was hanging.
Yeah, there's his hand still tied to the rope.
Hey, there's some rope right there.
Yeah, about 30 feet of it.
Gives us 80 feet. Part of me really wants to try my new innate. Because I've not gotten to try it yet. But it's going to require me to do something that everyone else is going to look at and be like, what the fuck?
I mean, if it makes for good roleplay, I say go for it.
Do it.
Well, my new innate is assimilation.
Oh. Do it.
Oh. Hold on. Cloak over. Do it.
You know what? I'm gonna eat this man's hand.
What does a simulation do?
So the hero eats or absorbs defeated enemies to gain new innate abilities. So basically, I munch on this fucker and I get his innate ability, which would be
The
that
Labyrinth Fury.
ability.
Yes. The more damage you take, the more damage you deal. What are you hoping to get from this beyond his innate ability?
I don't know, because assimilation doesn't really say anything about gaining like their memories or anything like that.
We're not
but
caring about what it directly states. I'm asking you, the player, what are you doing a simulation in hopes of?
So she hasn't tried this, so she wants to see if it will give her a glimpse into his memories.
Okay, I'm going
Like
to...
what happened shortly before we came in. Maybe.
Because this is a connection to a being, and because this is a connection to a being that is dead, in a very... You're only getting the hand, right? This is going to be a social competence test, difficulty value of 14. This is beyond what the ability does, but it is
I'm
possible.
gonna fail this unless I get an ace, because I have -2 to social competency tests
Pat.
right now.
What's up?
You said if I wanted to, I could spend 2 vital energy to make their card the correct suit outside of combat. So could I spend 2 vital energy to make this social
It will make it
competence test
it would make it the correct suit, which would means it would make whatever she pulls a heart.
It would be
Yes.
critical, so
So I'm gonna spend 2 vital energy minus 2
How
health.
do you do this? You don't. I would say, how do you do this? Enables to help Rayne without knowing what Rayne's doing. I kind of want a back and forth for
Okay.
this to make sense. Like Rayne is holding the hand, she's about to devour it. You all
I'm
see
assuming that eating minotaur meat is gonna give her a horrible disease, and I'm trying to bless her and protect her. So I'm like, please, like, whatever you're about to do, just go right, please.
So.
to be honest, I don't even know what I'm about to do. Oh, okay.
Eating random meat, you do not know what's gonna happen.
Okay, look at the card. I don't. Okay, so that's a 9. So
Oh,
an
hearts.
18 minus
-2
2 would be a 16.
16 beats the DC. Rayne,
Holy shit.
you devour this hand. The sounds of ripping flesh.
Oh, it's technically a -3, so it'd be a 15.
That's fine.
But
It
it's
beats
still
the 14. The sounds of ripping flesh and gnawing teeth. The sounds of the cobalt's gnarled, sharpened, dragon-like. I'd say on bone is jarring in this cave. It's echoing. It's repetitive. The slurping sound of what blood is left. The fact that kobolds don't have cheeks means she has to chew with her mouth open at all times, and so the tossing of flesh in the mouth gives
It's
a
like watching
horrific scene.
crocodile eat.
But Rayne, you kind of, your eyes roll into the back of your head, face dripping with blood and meat and sinew and bone. You see an image of being dragged through the darkened hallways, dragged from somewhere deeper in the cave. Then you hear some speaking. It's hard to understand. But you hear a much deeper voice speaking from the darkness. Hang him up there. Let's start the game with a friend. And then you feel yourself get hoisted up, arms tied. You see, as you start to spin around, you see black-furred, decaying fleshed minotaurs tying you up. You then hear from the darkness again, "Got him, but do it to where he stays alive. And place these inside." As the spike bombs, the piercing bombs, roll from the darkness, you then feel yourself get stabbed in the abdomen from the top. You feel the blade cut through. And you feel the organs being moved. And bombs being placed inside.
Oh, sorry, as someone who's been through a C-section, I do know what that feels like.
You are not gonna. Your madness level is not gonna like this.
You then see a face somewhat barely emerge from the darkness. You see a minotaur step slowly out of the darkness as he looks forward. Some of the blackness still cloaking him in his entirety, but you see a face of a gnarled, sharp-toothed, long-horned minotaur, black and white fur, piercing red and yellow eyes. But something odd. This minotaur has long, pointed ears, much like an elf, rather than a cow's ears. Rather than a bull's ears. You can tell that the eyes are more elven in shape. He's big, but thin. His fur is less thick than most of the others. He simply looks at you. "I appreciate the lifelong lessons, teacher. But it seems I've bested you. Now you can sit and watch as your students around you die in horrific ways." He pulls back into the darkness, and you hear, "Begin." You then hear screaming and crying and the sounds of slaughter as you slowly rotate around, watching as all the other ones be ripped apart by these decaying minotaurs. And you snap back, your eyes roll forward, you vomit all of the meat that you had up, still maintaining the buff, but I need a madness. It's a general competence test. I believe a madness. Sorry for anybody, by the way. I'll make sure Kelly puts trigger warnings in this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. Where are those ones at? Where's the madness chart at? It's above the resources, right?
So, madness and trauma in the index.
Yeah. I think I'm getting close to it. No, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna go back up to the
Page
top.
66.
Page 66.
So it says the dough may require a generic test with a variable difficulty value ranging from 5 to 10 depending on the situation.
I'd
If the
say
test
11
fails.
from what you watched. This is far worse than anything you've ever seen. The fact that you full on experienced it, I'm gonna say difficulty value 11.
Okay.
So you need a jack or higher.
Nope.
That is not. And you have 3 points. You now move to the 4th, getting a -2 to intelligence.
Oh no.
Rayne comes out of that and she, like, after she throws up, she just kind of sits there. She's on her knees, like just kneeling over this pile of bloody vomit. And you kind of see her twitch, and she lets out this hysterical little laugh. And then shakes her head and is like, okay. Well, that was not pleasant.
What you see?
It's more what I felt. It's not pleasant being gutted. It is not pleasant being gutted while alive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But whatever these things are, they're not like the ones we met in the forest. They're decaying. It's like they're rotting while they're still walking around. And
Like
the one that
zombies?
I wouldn't say they're quite zombie. But no, that was fucked up. And the one that we're actually here for looks weird compared to the others. He looks more like an elf than a minotaur. He has elf ears and elf eyes, but also, this guy was his teacher, and all these guys were said teachers' students. So,
Oh.
Rayne looks absolutely horrified.
Yeah.
So, I guess. Maybe.
Did I by chance see which area he walked down? He shrank himself into shadow before that, didn't he?
I mean, from the standpoint that you are in, I will say you saw him coming from the north. True north.
I will say I did see him coming from the north.
Then maybe we should go north?
I don't know. All I know is I never want to experience what I just experienced ever again.
Can't say I blame you. It sounds fucking
And,
horrifying.
I really wish our angel friend was still around, because wasn't she a therapist in our world? I could use one of those right now.
Yeah, I think she was.
It's okay, they're probably out of the desert by now, maybe.
Cuts to them. We're still walking. Wait, where is there a city? I think there's one up ahead. I think I see it. Are you sure it's just not another mirage? I've seen 6 of those. And then cuts back to the horrific scene that we're in.
Oh. Anyway,
I think we should just get out of this room, maybe.
You know, I'm about ready to go start digging at that fucking cave in and just be like, fuck it.
Yeah, do we need to kill this guy?
I mean, if we want to make peace with the Minotaurs whose land we're living on, yeah, we do.
Not
I mean, at this point, we
needed,
probably
though.
need to kill him just to get out of here alive at this point.
He is
I mean,
also
we-
out there killing a lot of innocent villagers. So.
Yeah, the entire
I mean-
reason we're here is because he's planning to attack that village.
We could always. No, because there could be another exit to this fucking place. Hold on. Rayne is going to sniff the air at each of the entryways.
Okay. Give me a intelligence competence test.
Plus
The one thing
now.
that I was so good at.
A 5.
No.
Sniff. 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 They all smell the same.
Yeah, the only thing I can smell is blood and vomit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And gunpowder. Or black powder. Whatever the fuck was in the bombs.
I
So,
want to
What's
take a couple steps back, and going off my previous idea, through the blood, is there any way that there's like movement that's come out of one of the ways?
Now, see, if there wasn't like a ton of blood everywhere. They were kind of pooled, and no, you don't. You don't see any hoof prints.
This floor is solid stone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They dragged this guy through a tunnel. But this place is stone. I doubt we're gonna find track marks.
Well, she was hoping that there'd be like hoof prints in blood, dried blood, or something like that, from like the ones that you said slaughtered all these people, but no,
Wait,
not a single mark in blood.
that is weird, actually.
Right?
No. That is very weird because I watched these fuckers stand in blood as they slaughtered these poor things. And they left no footprints?
Nope.
Did they clean it up?
Why only clean up the footprints and not the rest of the blood?
So we couldn't follow them?
But to clean up the footprints, you would have to clean up the vast majority of the blood that had been spilled. So we're dealing with something that apparently leaves no footprints.
One way.
Maybe he floats.
Did they look like they were floating?
No, they were walking.
No, they were definitely like all
They
hooves
were-
on the fucking
They were
floor.
solid creatures for sure.
They were definitely solid. I mean, they kind of had to be to stab the guy in the gut and then gut him and fill him with bombs.
I don't know, maybe he can
And
teleport?
also, blood sprays, and then it's messy and gets everywhere, so it would just cling to their
We-
feet and bodies and fall off them wherever they walked.
Yeah, because they're covered in fur. It's gonna soak into the fur and rip off. And there would be trails of blood everywhere.
Yeah. But all three of these pathways are completely clean.
I don't know. All I know is we're dealing with something a lot worse than what we thought we were walking into.
If you say he came from north, though, then maybe north is just our best bet.
We're not
I
dealing
mean, if
with
we go the
actual
wrong way,
minotaur,
maybe we could get
are we?
lost in a maze, but...
What was that, Yoshi?
Yoshi says out loud, "We're not dealing with a minotaur, are we?"
I don't know. Like I said,
That-
he didn't look fully like the rest of the minotaurs. He didn't have cow's ears. He had elf ears, and his eyes were elven.
Were they elven like Reuben's eyes are elven?
Did his elven features look more dark elf?
No.
No. Hell, for all we know, his mama could have been an elf. I-
That makes
Right.
me wonder if... Because Yoshi, you think something else is involved. I remember on the billboards that the two other wanted creatures in this area was a bird and a red dragon.
Hmm.
Wonder if it's either of them.
Well, the bird was just like a really rare magical bird.
Nice,
Yeah.
That'd be one
Yeah.
sadistic bird if it did this.
Red dragon, on the other hand, if they're anything like from what I've seen playing D&D with some of my friends back home, a really old, really powerful dragon could change its shape.
Mm. Maybe it would keep more of its original features.
But why would it do that when it's old enough and powerful enough that it can just basically do whatever the fuck it wants? I don't know. I don't fucking like this. And I kind of just want to see if we can track this thing down and get this over with.
So,
I'll be honest, I'm not a great tracker, so
There's something from the myth. Daedalus gave Ariadne instructions to give to Theseus to get through the labyrinth. And those were hold on. Go forwards, always down, and never left or right.
Hey, Rayne, with DM token, you found the key to the front door.
Holy shit.
Never go left or right.
My Greek mythology bullshit fucking
The
comes
answer
in
to the
handy
first
sometimes.
section is never go left or right.
so just go straight. Well, true north seems the straightest path.
Well, going northeast or northwest would be left or right, so forwards.
Forwards.
Yep.
Did anything in that fancy story say anything about how Theseus actually killed this fucking thing by any chance, Rayne?
He beheaded it with his sword.
Yoshi just smiles. He's like,
Well, got that.
fantastic.
Good thing we came equipped.
Originally,
And-
Theseus actually wasn't even going into the labyrinth to, and Rayne is full on going into a nerd rant right now. Originally, Theseus wasn't even going into the labyrinth to kill the Minotaur. He was originally going to talk to it. Because I guess Theseus figured that because it had some sort of human intelligence, it could be talked out of whatever violence bullshit it was.
Oh, the
Dealing with
desire of
it.
peace.
Still had to behead the poor thing.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that at this point. And Yoshi like draws his sword and just like rests it on his shoulder, and he just starts heading towards the true north entrance.
Note, it is very dark heading forward.
Do I have dark vision as a dark elf?
I mean, that's not really a
Dark vision
feature in
doesn't
this.
exist here.
Sorry, but
I'm thinking D&D, okay?
As a former vet, would I know how good a bear's night vision is?
I mean, it's okay. If you had a cat, it'd be way better. But also,
I was gonna say bears actually don't have a great
Yeah.
night vision
I mean,
unless they're
They have a really good
specifically.
sense of smell.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be thrown off by all of the blood.
and that's what we'll call an end to tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Sorry about the video issues. We had a bug in our recording process. I'm not sure where, but we'll be getting it fixed for sure. If you like what we do here on Storyteller's Tales, please go check out everything else that we do on YouTube, and go check over at TikTok, where Kelly does a bunch of questions and posts a bunch of videos about our show. And also, check out Facebook, Instagram, all the other social medias. If you like what we do, please go check out the rest of Storyteller's Tales shows and give them a listen to as well. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment about your favorite moment in this episode. And if you want to help us financially grow our channel and produce better, more high quality shows, head over to TTRPG Swag slash Storyteller's Tales, where you can find all our merch, or head over to Patreon and become a Patreon supporter. It'll finally give us that kick in the butt to get things going over there. But if you can't help us financially, we understand fully. All we ask is that you share us with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and all the people you meet in life. And don't forget, the most important, show your grandma.